Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and today I'm here to answer one simple question. Am I still playing Titanfall? It's a pretty good question, considering how much I hyped up Titanfall. And don't get me wrong, I think Titanfall is an amazing competitive first-person shooter. I think it's one of the best competitive first-person shooters that you can currently play, especially on the console. And of course, a lot of people are going to say, what about Counter-Strike and all those games? Yes, I understand, CSGO, when you talk about competition. But in terms of really just being extremely complete and extremely solid and polished in every single way, and also having some really interesting concepts like the Titans, as well as the burn cards, and just the wall-running mechanics, I think it is one of the most fun, most intense, and most well-balanced first-person shooter experiences that you can play of this nature, of this competitive nature, these smaller arena-based games. I think it's one of the best you can play right now. Now, on a personal level, I burnt myself out on competitive shooters probably about 5 years ago. I actually spent a lot of time. I grew up with things like Counter-Strike 1.6, Halo, Halo 2, Unreal Tournament, Quake. I played them all, and I played them all pretty seriously. I even competed in some tournaments for Gears of War. I had a semi-pro team. We competed in Cyber Athletes. I took a lot of the competitive components of modern shooters, modern competitive shooters, very, very seriously, whether it be first or third person in the case of Gears of War. And I did it for a very long time. At that point that I'm at now, I've kind of discovered that while I enjoy a pickup game from every now and then, hop into the team, the main goal of games like Titanfall even is to win. That is the point of playing the game, is to be competitive. Now, you can have fun with the parkour mechanics and things of that nature, but those are the main elements to succeed as a team, to become victorious, to overwhelm the enemy, and to be the first person to reach that set win goal. That is the point of games like this. It's the point of games like this in Call of Duty, as well as the multiplayer component in something like Halo. You name it, that is what it's all about. And I think, for me, that's just become something that I enjoy less. You know, why do I really play games at this point in time? I'm not trying to be competitive anymore. I'm not trying to get into the competitive scene. I'm not trying to play games on a competitive level. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have a good time, to discuss games, to think about the way they work, the way that they affect us, and every little nuance that goes with them. It's, you know, part of my YouTube channel. So, you know, you don't come on to my channel expecting to see new, you know, competitive matches uploaded every single week from CSGO or Titanfall or Call of Duty or Halo. You know, that's not what you expect to see from me. You expect to see me talking about games in usually a pretty in-depth manner, or sometimes just doing some sort of, you know, commentary over a game that I find fun, a game that I play because it is fun, not for the sake of competition. And that is exactly what Arma has become for me. Has same reason why I'm really excited for games like The Division, as well as Destiny. You know, these almost sandbox experiences that are really about player-driven moments where you are given the tools and the abilities to do a variety of different things, and you can then take those tools, you can take those abilities, and you can go about doing them how you please, whatever way you see fit, even manipulating them sometimes beyond what the developers intended, to create an experience that you thoroughly enjoy. I mean, that's why, at the end of the day, Arma 3 is an extremely poorly crafted game in many aspects. It has a lot of issues that carried over from Arma 2. There's a lot of developer laziness, in my opinion. The content is extremely lacking, even at full release. But when you take a tool like Zeus, and then you add in mods from the community and things of those nature, you can create this experience that is just endlessly replayable and endlessly fun. You know, it's Zeus, when we play Zeus, it's always a good time. And if it's not a good time, you don't have a good time, it's usually your fault. It's never because the game was lacking the ability to allow you to have a good time. It's you know, more of a personal issue at that point. So I think in my old age, I guess you could say, a ripe old age of 24, I've started to go away from competitive shooters. I mean, I enjoy them from time to time. I will still pick up Titanfall and play with my brother from time to time, but it's just not something that I really care for anymore. I've lacked that. I lack that same sense of competition, that eager to compete against other players, and I'm at that level where I would much rather have a good time playing alongside other people, you know, against a different type of opponent, whether that be AI or, you know, some type of crazy in-game challenge, some type of strategy-based challenge. I think that's really it for me, and it's why I'm very, very excited for something like Destiny, which, as we know, is a huge cooperative experience. The idea of exploration and all these different things you're going to be able to do as a player on your own, you know, at your own pace, your own whim. And on top of that, the fact that it will indeed have some sort of competitive multiplayer component. It's sort of the best of both worlds there, you know, the ability to hop back and forth between those two separate experiences if Bungie manages to pull it off. And same thing goes for games like The Division. You know, again, this different form of cooperative gameplay where, you know, you're it's just sandbox, you know? I mean, I really think that moving forward, sandbox games are the way to go. I think there's a lot of potential there. It's a matter of creating a sandbox game that is actually filled with things to do. We had to talk about this yesterday, actually, in TeamSpeak. It was a very, very intense discussion about the subject, because, you know, when you think about sandbox games that have come out over the past decade, there's been few really good ones that do the right, that, you know, actually take the time to give players a lot of things to do. And I think for a while, sandbox was more of a way of selling your game. It was a selling point to say that, oh, you know, it's an open world sandbox game, and then you would hop into it and find out that there's like 6 different activities to do in like 10 different places. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 is actually a really good example of a sandbox done very well, because at the end of the day, when you play a game like GTA 5, usually you come away with it not even having experienced everything, because you chose the things that you enjoyed the most, and there was still more left over that you could choose to do or choose not to do. And I think that is one of the reasons that Grand Theft Auto 5 was always done so well. I think it's, again, the same reason that a lot of people are very excited for something like Star Citizen, which is going to, you know, is promising to give us so many different options on how we can experience the game on a personal level. And just the fact that there is no competition, there really is no end game unless you want there to be. It's more about just doing what you want to do, doing what makes you have a good time, what makes you feel good when you play the game, and doing it however you want to do it. That is really, you know, the heart of Star Citizen, and I think those are the games that in general are going to allow developers to expand the way that we experience games, and at the same time, those are the type of games that I think a lot of players like myself who've grown up with games are looking forward to. These games that can somehow manage to break free of the sort of normal goal-based, I guess you'd say, mold, you know, where everything has a set goal. You play a game for a very specific goal. I would much rather play a game that has a massive number of goals that can be completed in any way, and, you know, at any time. It's just, you know, options, and the ability to do what you want, I think, is a very good thing to have in a game. But at the end of the day, what does that mean for Titanfall on my channel? I think I'll throw up a video from time to time, you know, a match there, and casually talk about the game. But just in general, it's not something that, you know, I play as frequently as I did, and that I enjoy playing as much as I used to. Again, it's a great game. There's nothing wrong with Titanfall. It's just not what I'm looking for as a gamer anymore. Let me know your thoughts and opinion, guys, on competitive games. I know I've asked this in the past, but there's a whole bunch of new subscribers, a whole bunch of you guys who are new to the channel. I really want to hear what you think, what your take is on this, on the whole idea of, you know, these games that you grew up with, and just really what kind of games you look forward to now that you're in your ye old age of however old you may be. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.